Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good midnight to all my friends. Niyan par. This is Marilyn, your friendly Filipina carpentera here in America. Nandito tayo sa madudumi naming kusina, guys. Dahil sa mga inutil kong mga pusang ito. Joke. Pasensyahan nyo na yung kalat dyan sa likod. But lately, we have not been eating healthy. Kasi, palagi na lang kami uminom ng Coke instead of, drinking water, much water. Especially for me, I need to drink water kasi nagko-complain na po yung kidneys ko. So, what I'm going to do today is, I'm going to make fresh fruits, orange juice, fresh fruit. Ay, papakita ko sa inyo. Kumusta dyan? Kumusta na yung mga kababayan natin dyan sa Pilipinas? What is new? What's up? Ano po ang nangyayari dyan sa atin? Gusto kong makimarites, gusto kong malaman kung ano ba talaga yung mga problema dyan sa atin. Kasi matagal na akong nakauwi dyan sa Pilipinas. But anyway, alam nyo guys, may kasabihan tayo na in English. Kasi hindi ako nagtatagalog masyado, na ano talaga ako, nabubuyoy ako pag nagtatagalog ako. But I will really try my best. Dude! Yung pusa ko, nag-achi-achi. Ang dami na namang sipon. Oh my gosh, this cat really. Hey! Teka lang. So, ayan na ang ating mahiwagang juicer together with my cat in the background. Tapos, ito maliliit na mga oranges na ito. Yan po yung gagawin nating fresh fruit juice. Na-wash na natin yan. Kailangan talagang mag-wash. And since I'm holding the camera, may germs na din ng kamay ko. Kaya kailangan ko na ding maghugas ng kamay. Alright, tapos ko nang maghugas. So, I'm going to start peeling these. Alam nyo guys, matagal na itong binili namin. Mga 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. Kaya, kailangan na talagang gamitin. So, kumusta naman kayo dyan sa ating mga kababayan dyan? Hope everybody's doing okay. Ano bang balita dyan sa atin? Alam nyo, may kasabihan tayo, di ba, sa mga matatanda. Sabi nila, intelligent people talk about ideas, yung mga ideas katulad ni Steve Jobs na naka-idea siya ng Apple, and so with Mr. Elon Musk, naka-idea siya ng SpaceX, kaya naging bilyonaryo, at saka si Mr. Microsoft, o diba, Bill Gates, naka-idea din siya ng Microsoft. So lahat ng mga companies, majority of the major companies in the world are really using his app. So yun, naging bilyonaryo din siya. So bright people think about ideas. Tapos, so smart people or intelligent people think about ideas. Educated people, yung may mga pinag-aralan, talk about current events. O, diba? Tapos, simple people talk about lives of other people. Intelligent people talk about ideas. Simple people, yung mga mangmang, talk about lives of other people. Ay nag-usap-usap sila ng mga buhay-buhay ng mga taong may buhay. And then, educated people talk about current events. So, syempre, educated tayo guys. Talk tayo ng current events. Ano bang nangyayari dyan sa ating Pilipinas? Uy guys, totoo ba yun na yung mama at saka si Carlos, what's his name again? Carlos Yulo? Tama ba yun? Totoo bang nag-away sila guys? Current events, di ba? Kasi nasa news yan. Nag-away ba sila guys? Teka lang ha. Alam nyo, nasama na yung finger ko. Carlos Yulo ka pa sa Carlos Yulo ka pa. Kasi dyan, kaya yung nagabaan ka. No, I don't believe in gaba. But, is it true? Marites din tayo guys kasi pag-usapan natin yung current events at saka pag-usapan din natin yung mga buhay ng tao na may buhay. Okay? But alam nyo guys, seriously, I can't blame Carlos Yulo if I were, to judge. Sino naman tayong hindi mag-judge? Wala tayong karapatan. But anyway, if I were to think about it, like, si Mader naman kasi, bakit mo pinahiya yung anak mo? Dapat yung mga anak natin ay dapat ating inalagaan at saka we cover them instead of humiliating them, diba? Guys, nakaka-relate ako because I had such a rough childhood. Hindi ko minamaliit yung mama ko, yung parents ko. My mother is the most loving mother. Of course, I only have one mom, and siya yung disciplinarian sa bahay namin because my dad was actually 71 years old when I was born. 71 na siya guys nung natao ako. Tapos kasi yung background is bakit naman na tayo napunta sa background ko? Si Carlos Yulo pinag-usapan natin. Hindi, ibibigay ko lang sa iyo ang background kung bakit naka-understand ako kay Carlos Yulo, okay? So, anong nangyari? My mom was 21 when she got married. One day, yung papa ko, pinakilala sa lola ko, yung parents ng mama ko. Tapos yung papa ko galing Hawaii. Kung naghahanap ng asawa na Pilipina, kasi Filipino siya, but nag-migrate siya sa Hawaii, tapos nag-asawa, tapos na-widowed. So yun, after a few years of being a widower, umuwi sa Pilipinas at naghanap ng pangalawang asawa. Tapos, inintroduce yung grandparents ko doon sa papa ko. Tapos nakita ng papa ko yung picture ng mama ko doon sa bongbong ba, doon sa bukid. So yun, sabi ng papa ko, sinabihan niya yung mga lolo't lola ko na, sino ba itong babaeng ito? Pagkakasalan ko ito. O ayun. O di, syempre, mga lolo't lola, nasa tuktok ng bundok nakatira. Sabi nila sa isip nila, okay na ito kasi ano, galing Amerika eh. Yayaman yung anak natin dito, kaya sinundo ng lola ko yung mama ko. So, my mother at that time was 21 years old. So, she herself was still a baby, you know. She was still a child. Tapos, kinuha siya ng lola ko at sinabihan lang na uwi ka kasi yung papa mo, yung lolo ko meaning, nagkasakit, kailangan kang umuwi. So, syempre, umuwi yung mama ko. Naku, mga 3 towns before they arrived home, sinabihan na yung mama ko na actually, walang sakit yung papa mo, pinauwi ka namin kasi we will like marry you to somebody from abroad. So, ganun. To make the story short, they got married. My mom was only 21 and my dad was already 61. 40 years yung gap nila. So, my mom really had a hard time adjusting, you know. Number one is, hindi pa siya nagka-boyfriend. So, bali, diretso-diretso, and hindi pa siya naka-experience ng love. You know, yung mga crush-crush na kakita tayo ng mga butiti kung saan-saan, pag nakita natin yung mga crush natin, yung ganun. So, yun, na-force siya sa pagpangasawa, or she was forced to marry my father who was 40 years her senior. So yun. Tapos yun na, nagkaanak na sila kasi very active yung papa ko, nagkaanak sila, and then my mom, siya yung kasi matanda na yung papa ko, and my dad died when I was young. He was really, as far as I could remember, napaka-gentle ng papa ko, napaka-maamot, tsaka very, very humble. Yun ba? Yung disciplinarian dun sa bahay is our mom. So, yun. You know, itong mga parents natin, huwag naman nating i-blame na sometimes, you know, tao lang din po sila. You know, they have their own weaknesses too, just like us children, you know. And when I was younger, ang tigas talaga ng ulo ko. Guys, gahit talaga ng ulo ko. So, I couldn't blame her if she would discipline me kasi grabe talagang tigas ng ulo ko. So, one of the instances na disiplina ako, guys, nung bata pa ako was yung auntie ko, yung family niya nagbakasyon sa bahay, tapos uuwi na sila, balik doon sa nila, sa lupang sinilangan nila. Tapos nag-aayaw ako. Ano ba yung ayaw sa, like I ran after them, I wanted to go with them, you know. Tapos kasi nasa sad ako na alis na sila. They've been with us for I don't know for how long. Yun, iyak ako nila, gusto kong sumama, kaya takbo talaga ako papunta doon sa gate. Tapos yung mama ko nawalan siya ng pasensya sa akin ba. Hinila niya yung buhok ko from the head. Tapos hinila niya ako papunta balik sa bahay. So from the gate back to mga siguro mga 20 meters away galing sa sa gate papuntang bahay, hinila niya ako by pulling my hair. Yun, I was so humiliated. I was just a little child when she did that. But what can she do? Like, I was really stubborn. Iyak ako ng iyak. So, yun yung unang experience ko. Kaya, sometimes, children, may resentment tayo sa atong parents, di ba? Pag nasubraan yung nila, yung disiplina nila. Again, this is not to discredit my mom. Kasi love na love ko po yung mama ko. And if I were, you know, given a chance, I would do everything for her to come back. Kasi namatay siya noong 2005. Yeah, very disciplinarian yung mama ko. One time, you know, I think I was 4 years old. Tapos, syempre, tinitrain ka na paghugas ng mga plato, yung ganun. Alam nyo naman ako, may congenital mirror movement disorder. I-google niyan guys kung ano yan. Congenital mirror movement disorder. So, mayroon ako doon. Kaya, nababasag yung nababasag yung mga plato. Tapos, hindi niya siguro naintindihan. Kaya pinalo ako. I was only 4 years old. And yung mga plato ko, napakalaki. Mas malaki pa sa kamay ko. So, when it comes to training your children, doing household chores, yung plastic yung gagamitin nyo, di ba? Pag tinitrain mo yung mga anak mo. Kasi, most likely, mababasag yung mga, "Hi husband, can you say hi to my friends?"
Afternoon, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Ayaw magkakita. Galing siyang nag-mow. How is the grass?
So wet.
Oh, was it hard to mow? But anyway, going back to my story, yun, pag may anak kayo, tapos i-train nyo na maghugas ng mga plato, make sure that you use plastic plates. Kasi sigurado, if your child is 3 years old, 4 years old, mababasag talaga yan. Kasi madulas at saka may sabon pa, o di. So yun, pinalo ako kasi nabasag ko yung plate. And I thought na parang hindi naman yata tama, ganun. But then again, alam ko na love kami ng mama ko. Only that she has her way of showing her love to us. And grabe yung disciplinary actions niya. Kasi nga, hindi siya naka-experience ng tender love, like from a boyfriend. Although, eventually, na-develop na yung love niya sa papa ko. But then, still, like, she was psychologically, emotionally, and mentally unprepared when she got married, when she had us. So, yun, that's understandable. Tapos one time, nag-aaway ako kasi, I could not blame her kasi ang tigas-tigas talaga ng ulo ko. I don't blame her. But one night, nag-away kami ng kapatid ko. Sumbagay kami sa loob ng kasi we sleep with our parents. Mama ko dito, tapos my sister, tapos ako, tapos my dad. So yun, nag-aaway kami dahil lang sa unan. So yun, sumbagay kami ng kapatid ko. Wala namang kutsilyo, kamao lang. Yung mga ganun ba. Galit na galit yung mama ko. Stop it, stop. Sabi niya ganun, tama na, hindi tigas talaga yung ulo ko. Di, binulalan ako. Naku guys, kinaumagahan guys, nag-hemorrhage ako. I hemorrhaged from my mouth. Yung mouth ko nag-hemorrhage for probably a good 1 week. So yung ganun, di pa-doktor ako. But ganun yung mama ko guys. Like, very disciplinarian. But, alam ko na mahal kami ng mama ko kasi gagawin niyang lahat para lang kami makatapos pag-aaral, para lang kami makakain, para lang kami mabubuhay hanggang sa dulo ng kanyang buhay. Joke Hindi ko maintindihan ang sinasabi ko. Bakit tayo napunta sa akin? Si Carlos Yulo yung pinag-uusapan natin dito. Tayo talagang mga intelligent people. Dapat mag-usap-usap din tayo ng current events, guys. Current events yung pag-away ng mama at papa nila ni Carlos Yulo, di ba? Ng mga parents niya versus him. Oh my gosh, I'm just making fun of myself, guys. But ini-explain ko sa inyo kung bakit naintindihan ko to some extent, si Carlos Yulo. Tapos, syempre, lumaki na kami. Syempre naman, alangan liliit. Pagkatapos kang maging tao, di syempre lalaki ka, di ba? Joke. Tapos may may relatives kami na totally dependent sa mama ko. And si mama ko, syempre, nagsusupport siya sa family. So, yun, every month, kasi pensionada yung mama ko galing sa pension ng papa ko. So, dollars yung pension niya. So, every month, itong relative namin ay pumupunta dun sa bahay kasi sinusuportahan sila ng mama ko monthly, yung family nila. So, parang resentful ako ba? Bakit naman kayo ang tanda-tanda niyo na? Like, they were more years older than me. Excuse me. So, resentful ako sa kanila. Like, bakit kayo look at me like I go to work at 8 o'clock in the morning, I come back at 9 o'clock in the evening with my high heels, 3 inches high heels. Kasi yung mga estudyante ko ay mas mataas pa sa akin, so kailangan kong mag-high heels. Yung ganun. But, ako ba? Because around that time, nagre-resenta na ako. Kasi, yung mama ko, yung pension niya, there was a time na temporarily cut yung pension niya kasi may problema dun sa American Embassy. So, yun, na-cut. Wala na kami kapira-pira. So, what would I do? Yun, anong ginagawa ko? Nako, guys. Kapal ng mukha ba? Punta ako sa mga kaibigan, sa mga friends niya, tapos I borrow money. Tagpapa 5-6 kami, yung mga ganun ba? Kasi walang pang bayad ng tuition fee, walang pang daily expenses namin. Kasi temporarily cut off, mga 6 months ata yun. Wala talaga kami guys kasi temporarily cut off yung pension niya. So yun, tapos itong relative namin, punta doon sa kanilang monthly allowance. So, ako yung nakakita how difficult life was around that time kasi walang ngang input ng pera. Tapos, palagi pa rin silang pumupunta sa bahay. Sabi ko sa kanila, like, tanda-tanda nyo na. Hindi kayo marunong maghanap ng trabaho. Like, ako yung nagkandara pa dito, nagpakakapal ng mukha, para lang makautang, para lang kami mabuhay dito at mo naman, huwag niyo abusuhin, blah, 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 blah. Ang pinaka-hurting sa akin was because nag-side siya doon sa kabila. And, itong babaeng, hindi ko siya biological relative. Siya yung palaging na anuhan ko ba na, please, huwag naman kayong mag-ano dito. Nang hanap kayo ng, ikaw, anong trabaho? Bakit ka palaging pumupunta dito? Pakita mo lang yung mga bata. Syempre, nalulumay na yung kalooban ng mama ko. Tapos, alam niyo naman, wala kami pera ngayon. Maghanap nga kayo na at ayaw ng mama ko na pinapagsalitaan ko yung lady na yun na, huwag ka naman ganyan sa mga bisita natin, Marilyn. Ang strict to mo. So, it's like, bakit hindi ako mag-in-stricto Ako yung nahihiya ka uutang ng pera kahit saan. Yung ganun ba? Tapos, but my mom sided with that person. Tapos, her way of siding that person was to humiliate me. Yung pagdating ko, nandyan na naman siya. Parang, dito na naman. Tapos, sasabihin ng mama ko in front of that lady na, oh, nandito na yung tamad. She was like attacking me. Ako daw yung tamad, which is totoo naman. Dito na yung tamad in front of that lady na pinapagalitan ko ba na huwag kayong masyadong mag-ano. So, in other words, I was humiliated in front of my enemy. In other words, around that time. So, yun yung pinaka-hurting sa akin na, wow, grabe. Mama ko, dapat she would be on my side, right? But then, kasi, napaka-stricto ko daw. So, yun, I was always humiliated. Like, every time, this person would come together with the kids and syempre naluluma yung kalooban ng aking ina, ako na ang kontrabida. Like, I just wanted them to stand up on their own 2 feet. Kasi ako yung nagkakandara pa for 6 months panghiram ng pera doon sa mga, oh my gosh, ilang towns yung mapuntahan ko para lang makahiram ako ng pera. So, yung ganun ba, ako na yung kontrabida, which is, I really don't, because I know deep inside, I'm a giver. I give, it's just that, wag lang abusuhin. Yung ganun ba. So, in relations to Carlo Yolo, mother, wag mo ipahiya ang anak mo sa buong mundo. That is the deepest, humiliation you can give to your children or to a child. Yung pinahiya mo yung anak mo in public. Oh my goodness. Naranasan ko na yan. But then, did I develop hatred to my mom? No, the answer was no. Of course, I was hurt. I was angry at her at the time, Kasi, syempre, emotionally decapacitated yung mama ko because she was forced to marry at an early age. So, hindi talaga siya armed with, qualities of how to become a mom. Na-experience ko yung mga humiliation na yan. But then, was I angry to my mom? Of course I was at that time. Did I harbor hatred or did I develop hating her? The answer is no. And I love her still very much up to the very last of her birth. Alam niyo kung bakit? Dahil kahit na hindi expressive yung mama ko, guys, deep inside in my soul, I know and I know and I know that she loved us. For example, sa aming lahat, ako yung pinakamaarte na, pilian kasi mapili ako sa pagkain. So, pag nag-serve siya ng breakfast, titingnan ko lang, tapos balik ako sa taas. So, alam na niya na hindi ko nagustuhan yung linuto niya. Give her 30 minutes to an hour. After that, magkakatok na yan sa duko. Marilyn, gising na dyan. Tapulan yung ikaw tamad ka. Ito na ang breakfast mo. Yung ganun ba? May mga pasingit pa na masasakit na salita. Pero guys, binibili niya yung mga favorite food ko para lang ako makakain. Ganun. Ganun ako kalab na mama. Kahit na wala nang masubo sa kanya, ibibigay lang niya sa amin. Yun. And number 2 is, nagkandara pa siyang mag-utang for that 6 months na wala siyang sweldo. Nagkandara pa para lang kami maka-study. Yung kapatid ko, both of us, studied at Silliman University. It's very expensive school. Tapos yung youngest namin nasa Cebu, tuition fee pa, plus board and lodging pa. But kinaya niya yun guys mag-isa kasi wala na yung papa ko. Ganun kami ka-love ng mama ko. Tapos pag may kontra ko naman, naway ako ni kasi wag lang yung isang, relatives namin kasi ako talaga yung kontrabida ba. Pero pag may kontra ako na ibang tao, inaway ako ni blah blah blah, she listens to me. Kaya alam ko guys, alam ko na mahal kami ng mama ko. And yes, I was angry because just like us, we were growing up, we were children, she herself was also a child, pinilit lang siyang mag-asawa. So, ganun din yung parents natin, Carlos Yulo. You know, they are not saints. They're not perfect. They have their own mistakes. Yes, napahiya ka, that's true. But, what can I say? Pag bubuksan mo yung puso ng mama mo ngayon at ng papa mo ngayon, kahit na marami silang mga things na nagawa detrimental to your image, you know, to your being a son. Like, if you will open and see the hearts, you know, the content of their hearts, you would still see love. Iba nga lang yung their expression of love. And of course, they criticize you, and too bad, because you're a public person, you're a public figure, so nagiging public, pinagfiestahan ka. Hapil na ko. Kasama na ako, pinagfiestahan ka at yung humiliation mo from your parents. Pero dong, Carlos, your parents love you. Your parents love you, believe me. Open mo man yung heart nila, yung soul nila, ikaw yung nasa puso nila, ikaw at mga kapatid mo. So yung pinost ng mama mo, na ay, mas mabuti pa yung Japan or whatever, I don't know kung anong na-post niya, out of resentment lang siguro yung dong dahil nagka-misunderstanding na kayo, and siguro nati-threat yung mama mo na instead na family ang kasama mo dyan, yung girlfriend mo. So bali, sa heart mo, nati-threaten yung mama mo kasi wala na siyang part dyan sa heart mo. Yung girlfriend na yung yung naka-replace dyan. So, pagpasensyahan mo na dong. And mother, you know, your mom like swallowed her pride by talking, you know, to the public, having a press conference and humbly apologizing, crying, and accepting her mistakes and telling the world that she still loves you. Dong, patawarin mo ng mama mo. Again, you might not feel it. You might have resentment with your parents right now, for your parents right now. You might have anger. Pero, I tell you, love ka pa rin ng parents mo kahit na mali-mali yung ginawa nila. Okay? So, you have to forgive kasi pareha din tayo, di ba? Nagkamali din naman tayo eh. You know? And the Lord forgives us because we are His children. So, ganun din sana, papatawarin tayo ng Panginoon pag magpatawad tayo. And what else? I think, ayaw kong i-compare, no? Pero physically, I think I had more abuse. Physically and verbally, I had more abuse. I experienced more abuse than you. Nandyan na yung nag-hemorrhage ako. Nandyan na yung, you know, my mom dragged me back to the house by pulling my hair. So, instead na forward, naka-backwards ako papunta kasi ginanon yung buho ko. But, the good thing is, it's only by God's grace na, yes, I was angry, but time healed. And then, nung nagkasakit na yung mama ko dong, ako lahat. I was the one kasi wala nang naiwan sa amin yung mga kapatid ko. Iba-iba na silang mga buhay-buhay kasi may asawa na. Tapos, yung youngest sister ko nasa Cebu na. So, ako na lang naiwan. Mag-isa nung nagkasakit siya. And every 3 days, mag-dialysis siya. Sinong naghanap ng pera? Ako lahat dong. There was one time na 5 pesos na lang naiwan sa akin, tapos kailangan ng mama ko ng dialysis. Dialysis at that time was 3,600. That was more than 20 years ago, I think. But kinaya ko yun dong, ginapang ko yun para sa mama ko. Kasi love ko yung mama ko. I never hated her. Never. Kaya nung muntik na siyang kunin ni Lord, sabi niya sa mga relatives namin, you know, malaking pasasalamat ko kay Marilyn dahil sa kanya nandito pa ako. Something like that. Tapos gigising ako mga 4 o'clock in the morning. Tapos punta ako sa church kasi yung nag-NGT na siya so kailangan i-blend yung niya. 3 blender na yung nasira namin. So, yun, punta ako sa church 4 o'clock, tapos magbi-blend ako, 5 o'clock magbi-blend ako, tapos pagbalik, pakain ko sa kanya, tapos sabihin ko, ma, balik akong trabaho. Ito, alas 8:30, ito, alas 12, at ito, alas 3:30, yung mga gamot niya ba, para sa kidneys niya. And so, sabi niya, oo, naku, pagdating ko sa bahay, lunchtime, dali na naman ako, uwi, dali, kasi magbi-blend na naman ako ng pagkain ng mama ko. Tapos, pagdating ko, hindi niya ininom yung tambal niya, yung gamot niya. So, I was like frustrated. Ma, please, help me take care of you. I mean, you know, so, sabi ng pastor ko doon, na nakita niya yung sakripisyo ko para sa mama ko. Sabi ng pastor ko, you know what, Marilyn, God will take care of you. God will take care of you when you get old. After that, nung pumanaw na yung mama ko, ito, bless ako ng Panginoon ng napaka-buting asawa, prayerful na asawa, tapos very godly. Tapos siya nagpo-provide sa mga needs namin dito sa bahay. And then, He takes care of me. Yung mga love na hindi ko nakuha sa family ko, binigay lahat ng Panginoon sa akin. I found a husband. God gave me a husband who is protective of me. Hindi ako pa-driving paggabi kasi baka maano ako. You know, pag nagiginaw ako dito sa Amerika, syempre, Amerika ay may snow. Nagiginaw ako, sabi niya, 1 minute, tatakbo siya, tapos iinitin niya yung kumot sa dryer. And then she would, nag-sitting pretty lang ako doon, nakahiga lang ako doon, watch ako na TV, Borg, I'm so cold. Tapos yun, hinahabulan niya ako. Tapos, oh Borg, I forgot my medicine. 1 minute, tapunan naman siya, kuha siya ng tubig para painom yung medicine ko. Doon, ganun ako blessed ng Lord. You know why? Kasi hindi ko na-hate yung mama ko. I still served her even up to her very last breath. So, ganun doon. Di ba nasa Bible na children, obey your parents so that your lives will be long here on earth. Meaning, pag hindi tayo nag-o-obey, syempre, we are not perfect. Syempre, nagdi-disobey din tayo. But then, we still respect our parents despite of their limitations. The Lord will bless us. And yes, you're blessed right now, but always remember, money is fleeting. It's there now. But tomorrow, we are not assured. We are not guaranteed of our tomorrows. What if ma-paralyze ka in Jesus' name? What if ma-aksidente ka at hindi ka na magsasucceed dyan sa Olympics mo? Meron ka millions, di ba? That will only last for so long. 5 years, 10 years. After that, saan ka papulutin? Balik ka sa parents mo. Yes, may girlfriend ka. But still, nothing can compare to parents' love. To your parents' love. Ibubuhis nila for sure ang buhay nila para sa iyo. So I hope and I pray that everything will be okay with you guys. And, Mother, kalma ka lang dyan, Mother. You know, and just continue to pray to the Lord and continue to humble yourself. Bless ka din ng Panginoon. So, giving hugs to you right now, Mother and Father. And yeah, kalma lang kayo. And eventually, your son will come back. Your son will come back pag nakita nila na love, si Carlo Yolo.